Yeah, there's been a whole slew of good game development now. I feel like it's really shifted quite a bit. There's been a lot of movement in all the games on Wax.
Yeah, like I think September time things are going to be like absolutely popping. Like there's so many things coming September.
Yeah, we got what is it? That big one just now was the Funko Pop announcement.
Oh, that's like in a couple weeks.
That had been rumored for a while, but I mean that's like very official now to people who weren't paying attention.
I'm excited about that. There's also like that announcement brought in entire communities, like Dr. Crispy and the Glummy Bears, like their Discord community, which is big in NFT gaming. Like they're all joined Wax just because of that announcement, and they're like, yeah, we're just waiting for Funko. So like they're all ecstatic, and like it's definitely bringing in like a lot of serious collectors, which I think is just great for all Wax brands.
Yeah, I have a few like toy collector friends who are very interested. I mean, they got into the vinyl stuff now, but I think we're introduced to the world through Funko Pop, and I feel like there's got to be a lot of, like, a huge community of people who.
I really hope they collab with Blankos. A Blankos and Funko collab would be like it's such a no-brainer for me. Like their game is vinyl toys running around that you use as avatars, and they're basically just Funkos with a different name, which is why they're called Blankos. So like that would be amazing, but who knows if that'll ever happen.
Yeah, so there's a Sammy Snake song. Am I understanding this right?
Oh, there's multiple versions, man.
Oh shit!
Oh wow!
It's gonna be new hype music.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for the Sammy Snake gyrating hips collab.
That's my band, by the way, Sammy.
Okay, I kind of figured.
Damn.
So welcome to our stream. It looks like people are rolling in. Hey to the chat. Tune says that he thinks
let me get the stream up so I can look at the chat as well.
Funko Pops will be cheap because he likes the commons the most. And that's another thing I'll say about the Funko stuff is like the artwork looks fantastic. It's not just like some of the bigger brands kind of seem like cash grabs where they just run in and they're like, we're gonna put up a banner ad on Atomic Hub, do nothing for community, and just like hope a bunch of people buy it. But like I really like the artwork and like the whole that there's physical redeemables and stuff. Like I think they're doing good stuff. And they're like they own most of Token Head, so they're definitely like interested in the space long term. I don't think this is like a one-time thing.
Yeah, I like the Sandy Snake character. Sandy Snake in some of the other game collabs you have. I think there was one Gods and Legends. There's a Sandy Snake card.
Yeah,
I got myself one of those.
People like go crazy for the snake. I don't quite understand it, but it's good. I mean, it's all good fun. I definitely want to do more stuff like that, but. The only thing is I don't want to push it too far. I know it's like the community is like so popular. You don't want to take advantage of people's like enthusiasm.
For sure.
From what I see about your community, it feels like it's a very like community-driven project. Even more so than you're saying what comes out and you're putting it out. It's more like the community has input. You like the community even seems to create tools and stuff that are like a part of the user experience. It's really like. It's a really cool project. It seems very unique compared to what else is like happening in the Wax and in the NFT world in general. I'm excited to see it unfold.
I think people like the fact that they can see and have so much access to what's going on. But it goes both ways. Sometimes you get a bit of criticism to say like, "Oh, why are you doing things this way and this way?" And it's like, well, it's the way that the community have put it to me, and I agree. So it's just like. We'll see, and I'll listen to the community. And then if it goes wrong, I can blame the community and say it's not my fault.
Exactly, yeah.
I'm just kidding.
It works in both directions. That's
no,
great.
I'm happy with how things have gone so far.
Yeah. It's also like, it seems like you are the person kind of like the driving force behind like a lot of the technical implementations of what's moving forward on the Sandy Snake stuff. Like you're writing a lot of the smart contract.
Yeah, I didn't know that till I watched your streams and you're like breaking down the code and like also just staking straight through blocks. Like there's an interface yet, but it's like, oh, like you actually understand what's going on here. It's not just like you're paying someone to build stuff for you.
And not just you, but
don't
me.
Get me wrong, I'm paying a lot of people to build stuff for me. Like, but like you need to understand it as a technical level. I try to at least teach people, especially there's a lot of other people that are inspired by the whole community thing, and they want to do their own NFT projects. And I try and help them out and give them advice because it's once you make a mistake, as we've been talking about, you can't take it back. The blockchain One's is on. I mean, it's the same. Like you look at the Nova Rally templates. There's some like, rest in peace, dead templates on there from me not looking when I created them.
Oh
So
man,
it's
if you
very-
uncheck the whitelisted stuff, you can see all kinds of junk around there. We definitely have done plenty of tests, and
Yeah, we have
there's
some
a few
templates
typos
for
here.
zero
or there.
acid that will never
Yeah.
be minted.
I actually like that it shows that there's a human element to all this stuff. It's like it's not a company or a corporation like that does everything flawlessly and everything's perfect. Like no, there's like human artists who are running these brands, and that's why some of these templates are like they have no mints because oops, I like I capitalized one of the attributes and it now doesn't register or some like weird mistake, Like
I don't know. I would prefer if there were no mistakes on my.
I prefer it too, but I feel I like seeing that because like I've made the mistakes myself. I mean, on my own stuff too. So when I see that other people do too, it makes me feel like, oh, cool. It's not just like that I suck. It's that we're all humans. Like,
So the blockchain is not forgiving. It's forever.
Yeah.
So you make a typo, that typo lives on the blockchain.
sure does. Yeah, I actually kind of like that too. I'll see like NFT assets that have like 2 words back, like where they just wrote the word twice because they wrote something wrong, and it's almost like getting like a misprint or something in the physical collecting world where it's like, oh cool, like I have a misprint where like the printer mislined and that makes it more valuable to me, just in the same way that like seeing these like human errors in these immutable attributes and immutable assets is kind of like, oh cool, they were still made by people. It's not just some bot network who's like,
I also prefer perfection. I'd prefer if we didn't have mistakes all over our templates, but Max seems to like the errors. I don't know.
I mean,
I don't do it on purpose, but it's not a deal breaker. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
Mate, you should work in PR for me. You can explain why Snake is delayed and why it's a good thing, man.
Yeah,
You span that mistakes thing into a beautiful
It's
comment on
hey,
life.
at the end of the day, we're making art, and like art is imperfect in my opinion anyway. I don't know. To me, it adds a little human aspect to it where it's like, oh cool, like I can see that the people behind these projects, just like me, also make mistakes. I don't know.
So Sammy, how did you get from I know you started in Alien Worlds. I guess like one, how did you find Alien Worlds, and then how did that turn into like I want to develop my own game? That's what I'm curious about.
So I got into the NFT space and I was looking at a lot of like OpenSea stuff and Ethereum stuff, and I was thinking like I've always hated Ethereum.
What was your first NFT like that got you into the space in the first place? Because it's such an esoteric space. Like, what got you in there?
Oh, I've got a Zedrun horse.
Oh, okay.
shit.
This is
Let's
a good
go.
thing to have.
Yeah,
I like
is he any
stuff with
good?
utility. I have a
Yes.
Zedrun horse, and I won some like Pixel Life NFTs.
Okay.
I have them on my
Right.
OpenSea.
We're trying to get into Zed Run. We haven't bought our horse yet. We're trying to do the research on how to breed a winner.
Yeah, we had a waiter at a restaurant try to convince us to buy into Zed.
waiter
We're like,
at
you're
a
talking to the right
A,
people.
a waiter in a restaurant introduced us to Zedrun.
Yeah, that was like 2 weeks ago. They were like, "Do you know what NFTs are?" Like, you talk to the right people. We have an NFT brand. Like, super random at a restaurant.
He like
If you
overheard
try
us
and
say
turn it on
Bitcoin,
them
and
and
he
be
was
like,
just like,
mate, come to Wax.
Yeah.
right?
Ether's not so great.
Ether, I like it for some things, but NFTs isn't on the list. Like Ethereum
I mean,
was,
they led the way. They
Yeah.
they did a lot of the stuff that why we're all here today. You got to respect that. Do I like it?
Yeah.
No, I fucking hate it. Like, it's just how it is. But anyway,
Yeah.
the gas fees is just like terrible. It's just not enjoyable to see small bits of your money disappear from your wallet each time you transact.
yeah, and I guess Wax is an EOSIO blockchain, and EOS was a fork of Ethereum, so I guess it is.
It's
still
like a cousin.
a distant fork of.
Yeah,
the,
but they decided to do things in a bit of a different way.
completely different. Yeah, I actually like the staking to the network resources approach to making like free transactions that aren't costless. That's a really clever way to.
I
approach the
love it.
whole-
I just
yeah,
wish
I
it
think
would
it's
be
genius.
easy.
Yeah,
I just like they've got the sign up process perfect, where it's so easy to sign up for a
Yeah.
Wax wallet. But
Yeah, onboarding is really, really easy.
Yeah.
Like, it's not easy to get people to get other cryptocurrency, especially like I guess that's where Alien Worlds comes in too. Is like mean, that's how I got into wax. I got into
every
Crypto
single
Monkeys.
person in my community came from Alien Worlds, and it taught them and it brought them in. But the problem is the staking is still very poorly understood. So
For in Alien Worlds.
No,
No,
just
well,
like the
just in
CPU
general,
and the
like,
RAM
if
and
you,
like
if you
all
want
that
to
stuff.
play all these
Oh,
cool
the network
games, you come in and you think that everything's free, and it's not obvious. Like, I feel like you just need to have like some big, I don't know, like, I don't know how you do this with not abusable by bots, but some like big charitable organization that just stakes, because that's what the Boost Wax thing used to do. But the thing is like the 15 wax they used to stake all the new people was enough for you to do everything. This is back like in the, I guess in the old days. But nowadays, like
last
days,
in
like
the old
3 months
15
ago.
wax,
in the old days,
can't do
last
anything. with
So
that.
so a shovel can change everything. Did you hit the jackpot in Alien World somehow?
Not really. Well, I mean, no, but like,
I was just curious about the origin of that little motto there.
I mean,
behind your
so
head.
I bought some Alien Worlds lands just before the Binance announcement, which was good. But
Yeah, I'd imagine so. Yeah.
so, but the thing is I donated them to my community as a part of our shared and land ownership. So I don't own them anymore. So technically, I'm not rich off of that. I'd rather do things for the community. But the reason the shovel can change everything is because it started out by just giving shovels to people begging on the Alien Ones channel, and we made a community that's over 5,000 people. We've literally helped hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people in developing countries, and like some of them, you were using the money that was being made to pay for medication for the family, and it all starts with a shovel. So it's a bit cheesy, but I like cheesy. So
yeah, I think so too. I mean, some of these R Planet, like if you pull the right R Planet craft, or sell another T for a few thousand wax, I mean that can be life changing money depending on where you're from. It ain't no joke.
That's definitely a big thing about this community is how international it is, and $5 over here might not be the same as $5 somewhere else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So really quickly, I have a card pulled up here. I'm going to do a raffle for anybody in the chat. We're going to keep talking, but I think it'll be !neon to enter the giveaway.
Oh, the Sammy Snake. There he
And
is.
it'll be the Sammy Snake, and this is a driver in Nova Rally. And this is now snakeable.
Heyo. Do you take any inspiration from Zed Run into the Nova Rally?
I own a horse, but I've never really played Zed Run. So
Okay.
the thing I don't like about Zed Run is you need a PhD. Like I said, you need a
Yeah.
PhD to understand
And the
it.
guy tried to tell us about the breeds of
PhD
horses
is
and the
just-
generations and stuff. I was like, whoa, like what is going on here? Like, can I
The
just buy a
fact
horse
is
that'll
that
race?
I am a huge crypto nerd, and I don't even understand how I can do the races and stuff. It's not simple, so I'm trying to do it my own way. Is that the system itself, I guess, has a bit of depth to it, and no one really knows how it works for Novarai. But in terms of the racing and I just want it to be simple. So that's it. You just pick two characters, pick a car, you get racing, and then for the other people that want to play and get more into it, then there's progression and stuff for them. But I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
think
that
that's
is nice.
that's a good approach.
Like you can choose what level of depth you want to be in. If you want to just keep it simple, you can kind of choose your own adventure here, which makes it a little bit more approachable for any scale of people. Have you thought about like visualizing I haven't gotten that into Nova Rally. Lou has, but like are the races visualized like Zed Run? Are you planning to have some sort of visualization
Not yet. It's
for the
going to be
racing?
very focused on the smart contracts at first, and just it calculates the results. There'll be a UI that displays, where people finished. But over time, I think we're going to build on it. My main problem with Zed Run is I feel like I'm like by racing my horses, I'm like slowly killing them, or I'm ruining the value of my horse, or like
Just
the
that
breeds are
first
not gonna
race
use
for
good.
damn sure.
Yeah, that is true. The second you race it, it's like buying a car and then trying to sell it used. Like the value just
Oh,
collapses.
you're joking because I raced my horse once.
Yeah, it's basically racing your horse is equivalent to like ripping a pack. Like
Yeah, it's like it has
rolls the
RNG,
and it shows you.
You
how
don't
good
know the
horse
stats
is.
until you race it, but if you race it and you get bad stats, then it's like opening a common. But like you
But how
could
do
have
you
a
know
mythic.
how do you know the stats of the horse?
You don't know until it races. That
you
like
actually-
Can we
decides
get
it.
can we get this waiter on the stream?
Actually, yeah, we got his email.
We have his
We're
number
in-
and his email.
We're in contact.
Because
still talking
I
about
need
Zed
someone
Run.
to explain it to me. Apparently, my horse is worth a lot of money, but I just don't understand it. I get people DMing me though, and trying to buy it off of me, and I'd tell them where to go.
Yeah, it's I think so. There's like a bunch of reasons because like there's aesthetic reasons as well, like features that it can have and attributes that can be bred for. So even if your horse is crap at racing, it could be like a rare color or have a rare breed or something that somebody else might want to breed, and then the offspring of your horse would potentially get those rare attributes and be a better racer.
Yeah.
So like that's why some people might be buying it even if it didn't race super well. The other thing is like if you placed high on your first race, that could also be an outlier on a bad horse. Like you won't actually know your horse's performance until you do many races and average its performance.
Yeah.
So like it's a weird game.
That's
Also,
the thing. I feel like it puts off casual people.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I would rather have a mix of people. So what? It's the same thing. I'm looking at these other racing games on like Ethereum, and they do look like they've got loads of features. It looks very deep and interesting, but I'm just feeling like even I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, I'm really not sure how to get started. And that's kind of what I want to do differently with Nova Rallies. It's fun.
Yeah, what I like about Nova Rally is it's like when I first bought in, I just bought a couple drivers and a car because I was like, oh, this is all you need to play. But then when I started learning more about it, it's like, oh, there's a lot of intricate strategy within, like, you need different drivers have different stats with different cars. So, like, the game is really trying to find the best combination of cars and drivers. And, like, the game isn't as much as the race. The race is just simulated. The game is, like, trying to find the combination of
trying to
stuff
work out how the game system works. Yeah.
And, like, that's also, like, I'm kind of a stats nerd. So, like, that's also why I like the whole NFT draft thing was like amusing to me. I'm not really a football fan. I don't know which football players are good, but I do like statistics. So like if I can erase all the football data from the NFL and just like come up with new data, then I have an equal shot of being good. But fantasy football, I have no shot because I don't watch football. So I like that. And I like Nova Rally because I can like do my own tests and like try to figure out which drivers are the best and then like try to like buy all the commons of those or whatever and then level them up to the next league because you want to get the drivers that are good to the next league because the next league's going to be more competitive and like
I can't wait to see the stats sites. We'll probably do our own at some point. Like, I don't know if you guys ever play Dota or League of Legends.
Yes,
but
a little bit. I'm not like competitively, but yeah.
But I always like with Dota. There's a site called Dota Buff, and it's like a history, and I can see every single match I've ever played, and it's like it's a history book. I go back and I can see, I remember a lot of these games. And I kind of want the same thing for Nova Rallies, that you remember each race. Okay, there's not much to remember at first, but as I get into the second season where like loads of unique stuff's happening, you can start. I like the idea of like building. It sounds a bit cheesy, but building the legacy within the games. That's what I want with the Hall of Fame for people that win the end of season races or characters that seem to win the Death Rally multiple times. I just want them enshrined in some way in history of the game.
Yeah, that's cool.
And these community tools are really like they organically kind of come out very well. I mean, Our Planet's a great example of that. Alien Worlds too. That honestly, if there's a need, someone will find a way to fill it. So if you lay the groundwork and then organically everyone else kind of rallies around it, it's pretty impressive what people can come up with together.
Yeah, I think you just need to embrace it. So it's the same thing. Like anyone that does community tools for Nova Rally, like I'll pay the server costs. Like I'm happy to do it. And it's just as long as I can verify that these community tools are not doing anything dodgy. But it helps us. It helps us out a lot because we are looking to build stuff in a particular way, and doing things in the right way takes a lot of time. And sometimes a quick and dirty solution that someone spins up on their own end is really helpful.
So where are you at in the roadmap these days? So snaking just went live recently, right?
Yeah.
So what's the next big milestone?
So the next big milestone is the racing, of course, which everyone's excited for. The reason why they bought in to actually do these races. I'm hoping that I get my hands on the latest version of the racing contract this weekend. Then I can do my own assessment, and then I'm hoping to do a stress test in the coming weeks for the racing. So I just want to let like 1,000 or 2,000 people loose for a few hours and really see how Wax performs and how our contracts perform. And we'll probably do that, and then we'll probably make improvements, and then probably look to release the game with the UI.
I also really like that you stress test like the fact that you started snaking at 1%. So if there is some major flaw, it's not happening at 100%. Like I thought that was really cool, and I definitely think like taking your time is the way to go rather than just like rushing something and then having it be wrong. Because as we talked about earlier, the blockchain is forever, and you can't turn that back once you've.
Especially if I put too much tokens into the mix, that would be an absolute disaster. People already complain about the price of the tokens. I don't enjoy speculating on the price of the tokens because it's a game. It's a token I give to people for free essentially. But you need to test stuff. I want to build up a more robust test system in the future where but the problem is that I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit technical, but the testnet is not a good representation for a lot of stuff of how things perform in real time. For other things, yes, but for a game, like the reason why a lot of the stuff that you want to do is maybe not possible is because the Wax network is so congested thanks to Alien Worlds, which is also the reason why a lot of us are here today. So it's really good that Alien Worlds got all these people in, but at the same time, it hogs the network really badly. So it makes everyone's lives developing these new games more difficult.
Yeah, also knowing like when Our Planet, when there's a new invention, like CPU gets destroyed those days. So like Our Planet, really all the games are guilty. I think they're trying to figure out solutions too, like the new R crafting or the new crafting system is supposed to be less transactions to help with that, but then it like broke the game, so they turned it off. They're trying to figure the way out.
It definitely makes an issue for people like to be able to access this stuff. It stops being free to play. Like there's no way you can craft something in Our Planet that's worth 10 million in ether unless you're staking like 600 or 700 wax.
Yes,
which might ridiculous. Which might be way too much. Like,
that's a lot of wax just for
just to do
being
those
able to like base play the game.
We're not even talking about any like buying into anything in the game or anything. That's just to like craft. I don't know. Do you consider those kind of like I guess limitations for transactions when you're developing the game like contract side on your game? Like, are you trying to limit how many transactions it's going to take user like input transactions basically, so that it's cheap enough to stay reasonably affordable, but I can also play for hours and hours without running out of CPU?
Well, so at the moment, we kind of, the way that it works is that technically the wax RNG Oracle pays for the CPU of the races.
Dang.
I don't know if you're supposed to do that though.
So it's free for users at the moment.
I don't know if we're meant to do that because like that will probably put strain on that Oracle that generates the RNG. But the problem with Wax is, also the good thing about Wax is whoever initiates the transaction pays the CPU cost. So, whatever we do, we're not going to do something where people are not going to be able to play if they don't have loads of CPU. We'll find another way of doing it. If it comes down to it, we'll just co-sign. You have the ability to co-sign transactions now. So if it comes down to it, we will just co-sign the transaction and pay for CPU, because at the end of the day, like, you don't need to mine like constantly. You don't need to craft constantly. It's going to be like there's a set amount of races you can do per day. So even just by the nature of our game, it's not going to be that CPU intensive.
Nice.
Yeah. Also, like, can you earn new stuff by playing? So like that's why it costs money. And there's like, after 10 races, it becomes more expensive because you can't just have people playing all day, every day without getting an unfair advantage by like unlocking new characters and more staking stuff.
Yeah, you don't want it to be just silly for the people that have just like have all of the cards and all of the characters. I don't mind them doing it. I'm not going to limit how many you have. I'm just going to say like, hey, here are some restrictions, and like, but we've got incentives if you pay extra. So like we've got this car builder mini game. We've got this stuff coming up with the racetrack pieces. So I want to incentivize, and it's a sort of I'm saying, hey, here are some restrictions, but hey, thanks guys for sticking to the rules and not just splitting it into a load of accounts.
For me, it incentivizes me to like, is the fee, is that per league? So you get 10 races per league, or is that for all the leagues?
Per league.
So yeah, that incentivizes me to rank up my guys, because if I want to play more, I can have 40 races a day instead of 10 at the base price if I have enough people in each league. So
Yeah,
like
someone-
as a player, that's just like you want to be leveling your characters up if you want to play more, because then you can literally just do more races for like a less fun.
and once you hit 10 races in the second league, you might think to yourself, actually, you do a bit of a calculation, you might think, oh, well, I'll do some rookie races. It's more profitable for me to do rookie races at the moment. So there's a big thing of the economy. So depending on the price of the tokens, you can do different things. So a lot of nerds are going to be happy, like myself.
I think I'm going to need a lot more boost when I'm like looking at how much boost I'm making. I'm like, I want boost on like every race, and I'm not making enough for that. So I got to figure out. I might need to get some more promo R Planet stuff. But
like for someone like Mark who said he hasn't gotten so far into it yet, what do you think is like a base set of something that if we was to like, if I want to buy something that I want to be able to race with, maybe not for hours and hours and being the top player in the game, but just something that lets me play the game, what should I get? I know I need 2 drivers per car, right? And then one car.
The way that we initially modeled it before this thing like blew up into the sky was that a standard pack was meant to be a very healthy amount for an average player. So 9 characters in a car. So I would probably pick up a couple of uncommon drivers. Definitely get yourself a car or 2, and because the way that the numbers are at the moment is that if you just have a car and 2 drivers, you can do a race every 4 days, which obviously doesn't sound great, but that's to kind of balance it out so that there's just not a massive bots farming.
Yeah.
Okay, so like one pack was designed to be like you buy a pack and then you're basically have enough to get started.
Yeah, and no matter what you race with, even if you do race every 4 days, like over the course of the season, your value of your account will have risen healthily throughout the season. It's all been modeled, so you just need to be patient. So that's what I say. So 9 characters in a car is what came in a standard pack. You were most likely to get 1 or 2 uncommons with that. So that's what I would recommend for people getting into the game. Now, a standard pack was $10, right?
Yeah.
Now it's about 135.
Yeah, we all know what it was. Unbelievable.
I just looked.
Fuck, I missed.
I mean, it was $190 at one point.
Damn.
For something where there was no advertising, like it blew. I think it blew everyone's mind.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Also, something I didn't understand, I guess, when I first got in was the racers don't influence the skill, right? Like that's just a staking rate.
Influence the skill, what?
Or like the driving skill. Like the car does influence the races, but the racer is just for staking rate, right?
The rarity of the racer.
The rarity of the racer, sorry.
Okay.
Oh yeah. The rarity of the racers doesn't make any. I didn't want it to be too ridiculous. Like, and it's the same thing with the cars. Is that the cars they on average they do give you, but it's not. You're not always going to win with the classic car, and I think people will make their own assumptions, and maybe they'll need to remake new assumptions on how the game works and things. I think there's going to be a lot of fun with it. But in terms of the drivers, they've got their unique hidden perk, which activates shortcuts. And the only thing that people know about it is the clue in the character on the character page of the website. It just says what the name of the perk is, and that's all you get.
I have some theories, conspiracy theories, but I was like, these guys are definitely going to pair together, and I'm like, I'm also doing color theories. I'm like, maybe this color is for a certain type. Like, maybe the mechanics are yellow. Dilly and Dally are yellow. Maybe they're both better at like repairing stuff, and they're not supposed to be the drivers. But I don't know.
Playing too much Our Planet. Our Planet speculation gets so crazy. Well, I saw in the picture in this one little scene that there was in a bag, so I think paper is in the recipe.
Yeah, looks like Eric Yo won this next raffle. Eric, if you could post your wax wallet. Also, the person who won the first raffle never posted their wax wallet. Let me find their name really quick. It's Jimmo.
So, do you have are you a car enthusiast or like a racing game enthusiast, or were you just like, I think a racing game would make sense?
No. Originally, some of my ideas.
Snake enthusiast.
I'm not even a snake enthusiast, if I'm honest. The whole thing was just like the Sammy Snake thing was all a joke a long time ago. It just stuck. I don't even like. I don't like snakes or I don't dislike. Oh, obviously I like snakes now, but if you asked me about snakes before, I was kind of indifferent. It's kind of funny, but no, a lot of the ideas that went into the racing system were originally like ideas I've had over time for like a combat system even for another game, and that it's then when I met Zika and he showed me the things he could do with the 3D modeled cars, and I was like, man, a racing game on wax, like something simple where you put something in and you compete against a load of people, because when you fight in a fighting game, it's usually 1v1 and it's like it's not as fun. I was thinking, man, imagine if we had something like, you know, Wacky Racers or Mario Kart Double Dash, and I was like, oh man. So I took some of my ideas and I just kind of was like, I can take like maybe one or two elements and I could really think of how do I make a racing game out of this, and that's what I did.
Nice. Dang, that's awesome. I like that. It's so like such an organic little like the way it came to be. That's cool. Damn. So when you say 9 racers, by the way, I was looking through. Should I aim for like a diverse set, or is there a benefit to having duplicates?
If you want to promote to the next league and get the better rewards, you're gonna want to pick the ones that you like, and have at least you'll have three Sammy Snakes
so
or 3
one in each.
Tarsers.
Yeah,
It's
went
the same with the cars.
Oh, okay. I
Cars are
see.
very important. They're just but people realized how important the cars were, and they bought them all up.
Yeah,
No,
those
so
got
you would have
expensive.
identical sets, but different
level your guys
rarities or different levels, so that you could have the same set of car and character for the entry league, and then the next one up and the next one up.
Yeah, and I think
So
it's
you're
like,
consistent in your approach. Is that the
isn't
idea?
it like 27 you need to get to the final league? Is that the right number?
27.
Duplicates to like level them all the way up from.
Yeah, but the only the thing for the final league is to get from veteran to master, you need a driver's manual. So I think it's less than 27.
Okay.
So
that's
is
just
it like a blend mechanic? Is that the
I
idea?
think it's 9 you need. Wait,
Okay.
9 or 18. I can't remember.
Well, I bought
My
a bunch
brain
of
is gone
duplicates.
with the maths.
So do you like blend these things, level them up? I'm completely new to this, so I'm going to use this platform to understand it.
You pick one which is your main dude, you know, and they have the wins and the races and the podium finishes and the immutable attributes. And so you pick your main guy, and he's the one that actually gets promoted. And then two of the same, you need 2. So let those 3 octopuses, for example. Let's say you promote the one in the middle. You also will need to burn the 2 on the left and the right of him. So all 3 of them get burned, and you get a brand new NFT at the next league.
Got it. Okay.
And they retain the stats of the guy that you promoted.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And then for the next league up, is that to advance to the league beyond that? Would you also need to burn 3 again? So you need to
Yeah.
level up 3. Oh shit. Okay.
that's why I have so many of these Optimus guys. And then the only
this is just your collection right now, huh?
this is my personal. I'm only giving away the top couple ones, but yeah, I tried to get duplicates of I didn't realize I needed duplicate cars too. So you'll see I bought all the duplicate drivers, and it's like, oh no, I need some duplicate cars. Here's my duplicate cars. I need more of those, but I really like MTV because I'm a musician, and you know I grew up watching music television when it had music on it. But I've been trying to get more of him, so you know, please don't ruin the aftermarket for me, people on stream. But I'm trying to buy more of those still. I also like George Square because he's like a cassette deck. Like I don't know,
George Square is by far my favorite character.
I really like him.
Sounds
Stupid
great.
it is.
Yeah, the artwork is pretty fun. I like it a lot.
And here's the guys that I think will be paired. You got Dilly. And he's got like a wrench, so I'm like, he's probably gonna be some sort of like more mechanic guy, but I have no idea if
It's the Misty dude. He's the best driver.
And then you also have Dally. And then like he's got like a map, so I'm thinking maybe Dally goes in the passenger seat. I don't know. Again, total speculation here based on artwork. I have no idea how the
So
game
far,
works.
both of these guys are not in the driver's seat.
But
I'm excited to start racing these guys too. This is fun.
and our last raffle will be for Tarsier here. I'll start that. It'll be exclamation point neon in the chat. Should also probably change what it is sometimes. People just keep typing it when we're not doing giveaways now.
Yeah.
So for this blend, like is it like a blend via Nefty, or is it like a burn mechanic? Like is it like Crypto Writer does?
Well, we'll have our own contract for it, but yeah, it's still blending basically. You submit the 3 of them, and they all get burned, and you get a new NFT.
I see. Okay.
And you like specify which one you want to be like the main upgrading guy.
Yeah, so
Or
you'll
just
do that
choose
on
the
the
best.
you'll do that on the UI or the smart
Oh, I
contract.
see. Yeah, the intricacy of all the like tokenomics that you're putting out with your game is also like it's taking me a while. I haven't like gotten a full grasp of it yet because there's so many like layers of different leagues with different fuel tokens and reward structures.
Yeah, I go back and forth. Like I think that the token structure is necessary. I do.
Mhm.
It does make it a bit more complicated than maybe I would like, but I feel
Mhm.
like at least everyone will understand how to race in the rookie league, and then maybe that's all they're interested in. And but if they get to know the game and they want to advance, then they can learn about the other stuff. So I
Yeah,
hope,
that's
I
kind
feel
of
like rookie league is for rookies, you know.
that's kind of what I was finding too. Actually, is like that. The more I was looking into it, the more it was like, okay, actually, none of this is relevant until I get into those leagues.
Yeah.
So it'll probably make a lot more sense once I actually amass the amount of tokens that I need to
Because-
move on.
The thing is when the game launches, you'll have different sets of people. You'll have your like tryhards that
Yeah.
are just like,
This
I'm
sweaty
going to only
crowd.
play
Yeah.
these characters in every single race until I get my 10 wins, and then I'm going to level them up. And then you get your people that are there to have fun. They're like, oh, I wonder what happens if I do this combo. I wonder what happens if I do this combo. So, I'm kind of wanting to see how people do it. Some people are all in it for the ROI, and that's okay. It's a play-to-earn game. But
Oh yeah.
I'm hoping
All right,
that
well,
people
here's some
like
questions.
experiment a bit.
So there's something about a death race. Can you
Oh, the death
elaborate
race
on a
is
death race?
fantastic. So the death rally is the big event once per day, and you can only enter once. You submit 2 characters in a car, but 95% of the pool, the bottom 95% die, so your characters are burned.
Oh shit.
That's brutal.
Yeah,
I love it.
So, but the reward is these driver manuals, which will be incredibly valuable because it allows you to promote your character without needing to do the 3.
Oh, interesting. Okay,
So that
okay.
actually leads really well into the next question, which is when you upgrade the character and you burn the 3, does the upgraded character stake for 3 times the tokens, or are you giving up the stake ability?
No, yes, you give up the stake ability, but we modeled the calculations, and even when you lose those additional tokens, the value that you get from racing those characters in the next league, it should be around an average of 10% increase. So you'll be 10% better off value-wise by doing the upgrade.
Okay,
I see.
Oh,
Yeah.
So we did
That's
model
cool.
it.
I see. When they upgrade, they stake for the same tokens as the previous ones, or now they're staking for... Oh, well, my dog just took my camera out. But
So yeah, to answer the question, they stake for a new token, and they because there's only one character in this next league, it'll be 1 times that token. So let's say if it stakes for 1,000, you've got 3 characters that stake for 1,000 snake oil each. You've got 3,000 snake oil. You upgrade to the next league, you've only got 1 character now, and it stakes for 1,000 snake gas.
gotcha. Okay, so that's I think. So you're not necessarily losing the stake rate as much as you're getting a third of the rate in a new currency, which is worth more value. Yeah. Okay, that makes a lot of sense actually.
I
and
see.
then
So is there a different currency at different league levels? Is that the idea? That
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
within
that's-
each
that's-
league
that's
there
as
is
well.
a native token to that league. Okay, this is
Yeah.
clicking for me now. Okay.
But you need snake oil in all leagues, and so every time you go up a league, you need not just that league's token, but the previous ones. So you're always going to want to have characters in all of the leagues, or just buy the tokens you need off of Alcor.
I
Gotcha.
see. So that's why it's important, like you were saying, to have a racer in each league, so you're always generating that currency
Yeah.
to build for your top level racers.
in
Okay.
the death
So it's
race,
almost like
you're-
building a team. Like you have a team
Exactly.
of drivers. Okay.
Yeah, in the death race, you're saying the drivers die, but what happens to the cars?
The cars are too scarce and too valuable to completely destroy, so they just get damaged, and you need
they
to
do get
pay
damaged.
a fee.
Okay,
to
so there's a
repair them.
damage mechanism.
High stakes. I love it. This is really.
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
And
for the
so,
death
if
race
you
now.
can you race it if it's damaged and that affects the RNG, or do you have to have
You
it
just
fully
can't race
repaired?
it. You can't
Okay, you
race
just
it,
can't
or
race
you,
it.
and you
Okay,
can't sell it.
got it.
Oh, and you
Oh,
can't
wow.
sell it. Oh,
That's
okay.
fascinating.
So that's good. I like that. So you can't dump your broken trash on people that may be unaware that it's broken.
I would allow them to be sold if Atomic Hubs, like Atomic Hub, they don't let you filter on mutable attributes, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah. So you can't tell necessarily unless you know what you're doing, and then people who don't know what they're doing could get taken advantage of.
Yeah, so we've designed it so that we'll put a little flag on it to say that it's damaged, and therefore we'll stop it from being transferred.
Oh, okay, that's really cool. See, this is the kind of thing that I see a lot in your project, is that there's these like high concept exploits that no one's ever taken advantage of, that you've already thought of and thought of workarounds for. And
That's the thing is the first time I come up with an idea, like all the people on the team were like, well, what happens when this happens? And you haven't thought of this, and you haven't thought. Sometimes it's really annoying, if I'm honest. It's very helpful, but
If it can be broken, it will be broken. People
that's
will
what
find a
they
way.
just instantly come up with like 4 ways it can be broken, and then you're just
Yeah.
like, man, you just can't have any fun, can you? People just love to just ruin, like they just ruin the fun. So
yeah, you really but as far as like it's your team is doing that so well, like it's unbelievable. Like I wasn't even thinking of that whole like, oh yeah, if it was destroyed you could just sell it and then buy back a non-destroyed one, which obviously like
yeah, so we try to get ahead of. No doubt people will maybe find something that we haven't thought of.
yeah, and you're definitely gonna like frustrate people who don't understand, you know, that's being done, you know, to protect other people, or in that side of things. People are going to be like, well, it broke and now I can't sell it, and people are going to be mad about that, or like people are always mad. But I really appreciate the like amount of like lengths and effort you guys go to like making sure this isn't exploited and that people aren't like able to get screwed easily. I mean, at the end of the day, it is all open market is going to do what the open market's going to do, but you are doing what you can, and it really shows. Like well done.
Thank you for saying that, because we do put a lot of effort into it, and it takes a lot of time, and sometimes the conversations just go round and round in circles until we eventually find a good solution. The grubfish!
All right, so our
grubfish.
Twitter bot is broken, so I put a Google form. If you put in your wax bottle in the Google form, I'll throw you into Crittercraft, and that's whoever wins that will win the giveaway. I don't know why our Streamlab is not working, but we'll figure that out later.
It's been difficult.
It's just not posting.
It's remarkably fun to watch. It's such a simple concept, but it's goddamn hilarious to watch.
I know, right? The Crittercraft.
We got 42 entries. I'm going to close it in maybe like 30 seconds.
I've never seen this one with like a ton of people in it. Like I've only seen it, I think, with like 10 or 15. So like 42 is going to be wild. Does it zoom out further, or is it just like everybody's just going to get slaughtered?
We'll find out.
It's chaos. I've done it with like 350 people.
Oh my god!
So cool. It's just total like, are they just covering the whole thing, and then
you can't see people's names, but at the bottom you can see who died. So it's really good. They're doing an update for it on Saturday, which is good because I use it every stream. People love the grubfish.
All right, I'm going to close the entries. Thanks everybody for entering.
Yeah, we saw Left House do it on the Upland Action News, and we were like, oh, definitely got to do that.
Yeah, it's super fun. Like,
it's very reciprocal. We start doing marbles, then everyone else starts doing marbles. Other people do Crittercraft, we take Crittercraft. It's very, very reciprocal environment here.
Oh, the Crittercraft. That's fun.
This is for the Tarsier Common Driver. Oh man, that's brutal with a lot of people.
It's pretty savage, yeah. The whole ground's gonna be green at the end of this one.
Oh wow!
Hot damn!
And this is for a driver. Are you giving away another driver?
Yeah, this is a driver, Tarsier.
Okay.
So when you enter a race, it's 2 drivers and a car, right? That's what I was. Okay, and then the death race is also 2 drivers, or is that one limited to 1 so that I don't have to risk?
No, you need to risk both. They're both gonna die.
So both get burned.
God, yes, woof. I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh! I mean, that does create like a good, robust aftermarket too. That there's always kind of volume happening because you're picking up more drivers to sacrifice in the death race.
Yeah. We definitely need lots of drivers to die. I love this.
That is so fun. When does the death race go live? When do they start racing?
Yeah, so when the racing comes out, we're gonna have the death race as well because they're very similar.
Okay.
It's just the death race is a bit more, like 1 or 2 more actions.
So is there like a mechanism that creates more
Where's our
drivers
winner?
into the environment? So like if people are
Yeah.
burning drivers like crazy to do this death race, is there what creates more common or creates more drivers that people will continue to buy and sacrifice?
So when you win a race, normal races are 8 people, and there's no risk in a normal race. So you every time you win a race, you get a shard, and you use the shard to craft new characters and cars. So there's always
I
new
see.
stuff
Okay.
coming into the ecosystem. Although at the start, I believe from our model, there's a deficit. So especially everyone's gonna want to play the Death Rally at first.
That's
Yes.
true. Yeah, high risk, high reward. Everyone's gonna go for broke immediately. I would do that. I'm a degenerate gambler.
Yeah, I'm about to say, like, the day it comes out, I'm gonna probably start death racing every day. I have to find some kind of balance between my mining in alien worlds or our planet or Green Rabbit or something, and then be able to use that to buy a sacrifice for the death race every day. You know,
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
NFT stuff.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's what's fun about the play to earn model. I mean, you
Yeah.
know, at least in my experience, a lot of the passive income I get from other play to earn games just funnel back into the new game. So it is nice to always just kind of create more currency, and you can swap in between, and that's kind of the strength of Ogcore too. That just
All right.
makes it fun.
Can I quickly just go over our... This is not a live marble race. Unfortunately, I cannot link my Steam account, or we can't link Neon Space because I linked it to my personal Steam account. We're trying to work that out. This is for our Discord members, but if you'd like to sign up for tomorrow's marble race, we do marble races every day. We give out NFT prizes and Aether, the utility token in our planet. And yeah, you just need to join our Discord. The information is in Twitch, but every day we do it, usually at like 5 p.m. But this is just for Discord members right now. And we'll start doing live races again when the Marbles on Stream support fixes my stuff.
Oh yeah.
All right, yeah.
We can
Tune
keep talking, I
2K
just wanted
posted
to
the
do
link
that
to our
disclaimer.
Discord if you want to jump in and sign up for next time. We're about to finish season 3 of
What
our
are the
marbles.
prizes, Mark? Do you want to say those, and then we can get back to talking about Nova Rally?
Oh,
Nice.
sure.
God,
Looks like
so
Eric
much
Yo BM does Jimo's wallet address
Okay,
for that first
cool.
giveaway, so I put it in the private chat.
Thank you.
Shoot. Let me see here.
For 100,000 Aether, we'll go to our first place winner.
Let's see. We'll do second place, the Ella Blob, and then the third place is that first edition of Lore Stories from Metaphors.
Dope.
Dope.
So we did some brainstorming sessions yesterday to start working on building our lore for our Lore Stories collaboration with them. So I'm pretty excited about what we're coming up with.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked
Yeah,
to like. I never thought I would be in the position to make a comic, but
Me
somehow through the NFT space,
Yeah, all
That's
things are
a good
possible in the NFT world.
Damn.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride, I'm sure, and the more creators we talk to as well, it's fun to hear everyone's origin stories about how they got into things and how they navigate the NFT world.
Yeah. How did you first get into the cryptocurrency world? I think you're saying you got into the NFTs from that side of it. That's also such a strange world.
It was university. I heard about Bitcoin and I was buying them. My friend told me about mining Bitcoin when we were like 12 years old, and then instead of mining Bitcoin, he did folding instead. So he decided to help humanity.
oh,
And
banana.
as a result,
Yeah,
he's not rich.
banana.
But
Yeah.
in university, I looked into it a bit and got some. It turned out to be a very good thing. But I always
Yeah.
like the idea of like, I'm just a huge nerd. I'm always looking at new technology and stuff. And the fact is that like you have this sort of money that you can send to different countries and no one can stop you. That appeals to me.
Yeah, I feel like that appeals to everybody, even if they don't know it yet. It's
The laws and things, everything, they make it so difficult. So
Well,
the
particularly
fun-
on the Wax network, I mean, you see how fast you
Yeah.
can move money around and change wallets and convert and swap
actually
currency.
even dealing with centralized like on and off ramps with Wax is much faster than with certain other cryptocurrencies that I trade. Like, but for my wax to settle and become tradable at like a Qcoin deposit, for example, it takes maybe like 10 minutes compared to like 2 hours for a Bitcoin.
Even that, it's like them internally taking time because like when you send it between your own wallets, it's like clearable immediately. So like it's on Qcoin's end that their orders aren't clearing immediately, but
but
I mean, it's just you go from like I've always been very interested in cryptocurrency, but I've never like done anything with it other than buy it and hold it, and it's not that exciting. But Wax, like as soon as I got on Wax and I could find these games to play, you create NFTs and you can do all this stuff, and I was like, this is what I've been waiting for the whole time with cryptocurrency, and now I don't care. I don't care.
That's sort of
about
how I
all
was
this
too.
Bitcoin stuff.
Because Max got me into Bitcoin in like, what was that, 2016 or something? Like, it was a while ago.
I started mining in 2013.
Yeah, but I didn't really get it. You're the one that got it. Like, you're just like,
so excited.
He was the one who's like, hey, Lewis, you need to buy this. You need to buy this. And it's like, what? Like, what am I spending money on? Like,
I was like,
virtual
hey, it's
coins?
$200 right now. You can buy one of these Bitcoins. I guarantee future Lewis is going to be super stoked that you did this.
Max is right. Future Lewis was, I didn't buy it 200. I bought it when Bitcoin is like 1,000. It dropped below 1,000, and you're like, I don't think it'll ever be worth $1,000 again.
If
you have any interest in this, please buy it now.
4,000, it's back below 1,000. But I think I made a Facebook post, like one of the only like 10 Facebook posts I've ever made. When it dropped below 1,000, I was like, hey, I know I never use social media, but like, I believe in this stuff. I've already come up so hard, and I think you will too if you buy some Bitcoin at under $1,000 right now.
You were also mining it in our living room. Like, I couldn't avoid it. You were just talking about it all the time.
It was pretty much like
if
you turn on like your vacuum cleaner, that's about how loud my mining rig was, and that shit was just running in my apartment. So Lewis definitely knew about the Bitcoin.
Yeah,
like it was noisy. I also am very proud. I SHA-256 hash mined, like actual Bitcoin mined more than one Bitcoin in my lifetime. And I have yet to meet in real life another human person who has mined a full Bitcoin. It's a big like nerd point of pride for me. Like, because back in the day it wasn't like profitable, and like the reason I did it was the nerd factor. It was like, hey, I am with this computer supporting a decentralized global network of of remittance. Like, it's amazing. And like, I don't care if it makes me money. I'm like supporting this crazy like nerd network, and I'm super into this. Like, it's like, yeah, like I said, it's a strange world, and it's so fun to see how everybody got into it. And now, like you were saying, that there's like hasn't been stuff to do really with your cryptos until the NFT space. And like I've been doing the whole like yield farming and like liquidity mining and all that kind of stuff on like the finance side of those tokens. But I feel like that is kind of high concept for a lot of people to understand, and the NFT space makes those concepts really accessible.
Ooh.
It's fun to actually use it. Like investing in crypto is great, and like you said, you buy and hold, and that's very profitable, but it's not fun. I mean, being able to use these things is great. It's really fun to be able to trade and swap and move all these things around. It feels good because
we know, like, that with your token for Nova Rally, like you're saying, if either you have to stake for it when you want it, or you have to go buy it on Alcor. Well, as someone who maybe has a big stake, you could also like do a third thing where you then take your tokens, pair them with Wax, and supply the liquidity for the people who maybe want to trade it. And that is participating in like a decentralized finance like structure. Like, that is yield farming, and that is what's been going on like the Ethereum and Uniswap and all these big exchanges. But it now is made accessible and made to be understandable really easily in the context of like this video game world. And that, I love that about all of this stuff. It's just like, man, it makes these concepts that I've been excited about for years. Like, now Lewis is excited about it too, because like it's in context.
I couldn't really get into liquidity pool farming stuff, but now that I have like Alcor and I'm just throwing around like Aether, and I just put your stuff in the liquidity pool, the snake oil. We got snake oil paired against Wax. I'm liquidity farming that, and it's just fun. I also wanted to show off really quick. This is our seasonal trophy. If you do race with us and you don't get in first place, we track the seasonal stats, and that's why we do it offline as well. So we can track the stats, and then we make a one-of-one trophy for our season winner. It'll have your Wax wallet on it. And then the top 100 racers will also get a racer trophy without their name on it. In the mint order, like number 1 gets 2 number 1 mints, number 2 gets mint 2, number 3 gets mint 3. So if you're interested in marble races and trophies, we do that.
Well, we also have most eliminations too.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, that one's dope.
Yeah, this is
So even
influenced
when
by
you
just
lose, you
trash
still
talking.
win.
Yeah, the top 10 eliminations got the Yippee Ki Marble Sucker, which is
It was influenced by some diehard trash talk.
yeah,
that
it was
going on during the
allegedly
season.
influenced by a movie that we don't have rights to.
Well, I mean, inspired by. That's okay.
Yeah, I know. I'm joking.
Yeah. But yeah, man.
The thing about like the NFT space as well is like you don't, when you hold Bitcoin, and like you might go on like a Reddit for like Stellar or whatever, and you talk to some people there, but you don't make any friends. Like NFT, you make friends. Like the number of friends I've made on Wax, unbelievable. Like you're in all these big communities now. Like
I feel part of this community more than I feel part of communities for currencies where I've been involved since like 2015, 16. I own like a commanding governance share and I vote on everything that's ever happened in those chains.
yeah.
I feel more part of the Wax communities that I'm part of than I do of those communities. No doubt. Even though I have like insanely more invested in those other projects, like the personal connection that you find in the space is unparalleled. It's like
The way that I think about it is that in 10, 15 years time, you will be sitting and you'll think, do you remember when we did that Wax thing? Like that was some of the best years.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Because
that's
it's like
exactly
it's
what,
very like rough and ready, but it's very, very good, very fun, and like
yeah, it's good fun. It's the Wild West out here, and we're all
Yeah.
figuring it out together, and everybody's like on the same team.
Yeah, it does seem like it is. There isn't like malice, like a rising tide lifts all ships here. Like you don't need someone else to fail for you to succeed. We all succeed together, and it seems like there's a very tangible feeling across creators and people who engage in these and collect and play these games too. That they want to see everyone succeed.
Feeling is not there too. Like, I mean, I can only speak for my own background as an artist. I come from the music industry. It's like only a couple people are going to succeed, so everybody's just clawing at each other for the little bit of pennies. Like everybody's just fighting for pennies, basically. And that's not really the case in this scene yet. And like everybody's just supportive. Everybody we've talked to has been like helping us out. Like Recorder from Metaphors has helped us out a bunch. Dan from Immersis like walked us through how to use Bounty Block and like how to airdrop stuff. Like people have gone out of their way to help us that don't need to.
Unbelievable tool.
And the tools that people are making and making available to everybody is like you could absolutely charge for that stuff.
Yeah, I can't believe that tool is as good as it is.
It's so amazing. Like this community is, I 100% agree with that. I haven't seen that in any space really. Like as far as where everybody comes here for not just like the art, but like the community and the investment opportunity and, you know, racing and gaming, and it's really, really fun to be part of all this stuff. And it definitely still feels very early too.
These are the glory days of Wax. Like the next couple of months when all these games start as well, like these brand new games. It's literally this these next 1-2 years are going to be a very special time on Wax.
Yeah, I agree. And even if like that's the main thing that I keep seeing here is when we enter like a negative price movement on these crypto markets, the community isn't here for the price exclusively.
We don't care.
Yeah, and that's the thing that you don't find in like, you know, when you're on those Reddit forums or when you're with like all the like in your Bitcoin channels and stuff. Like everyone's there for the price. Everyone wants to talk price. Everyone like is upset when the price is red. But when we're like hanging out on Wax, like we're here to play these games. We're here to like, you know, come up with cool art together. And then like the price is awesome too, because like great, everybody loves when the price goes up. Let's not like kid ourselves. That's definitely a big part of the motivation, but it's not the only thing. And that is just, I don't know, it's just so much fun.
Do you guys have an address I can send? I want to give away, I've got an uncommon car to give away.
Yeah, Mark, do you want to do the Neon Tweeters one?
Yeah, here, I'll put it in the private chat.
There's a private chat on the right you can click on.
Thank you very much.
So that is like our promo wallet, is purely giveaways and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, let's give that away to.
Yeah. Do you want to do one more quarantine cheese marble race and then first place
we
takes
can do it
the
live
car?
for the people who are watching.
Yeah, we can do it for the live chat. We can do another grub thing, or do you want to do a Jackbox round of the trivia, like true false? We can do that.
You
want to launch that, Max? Yeah, we'll do a Jackbox thing. It can do up to 100 players, so first 100 people in get to compete. Also, I mean, Max, do you care
Looks
if I
like
show
some
off
people
our-
want grubs. Do you want grubs or Jackbox?
We can just do grubs, I guess. Grubs is less.
The lag is brutal. Okay, we'll do grubs.
Yeah.
I gotta reopen this form then, though.
Okay. I'll
Give me a second.
dip on that.
Delete
yeah.
all responses. We're gonna start from scratch.
I do
Grub
think.
life.
Yeah. Is there any other games in the wax space that are coming out right now that you're really excited about, Sammy? I'm gonna call you Sammy Snake, assuming that's
There's a load. I'm excited for the seventh seal. If you guys have heard of that, it looks like Catan. But it's got its own like strategy game on wax.
Oh, I have not even heard of this. Thank you.
Sorry,
for
what was it
pointing
called?
out.
The seventh seal.
Seventh
That's
seal. Huh?
I don't have any affiliation with them. I just think it's cool. I love Catan. The Green
Yeah.
Rabbit, of course. Green
Oh,
Rabbit.
sorry, people.
Very impressed with the Green Rabbit staking website and how quickly they've managed to do everything.
Yeah, they really
I
put
own a
that
lot
out.
of Green Rabbit stuff though.
Yeah, you have a big old stake now, hourly stake. I'm
Yeah,
I'm wailing around in there. I think I'm over 100k an hour.
Oops.
I'm at 140k. I got a mythic flash drive, so God's blessed me. I
Oh
need to
wow!
yeah.
You got that from a pack?
Yeah.
Oh
God damn.
wow!
I pulled a mythic from a pack too. I got the mythic Felicia character card.
You're joking. Ugh,
Yeah,
pretty sick.
is dope. And then I got 2, I think, legendary 3D figures. So I'm at like 155 an hour.
Jesus
Damn, that's some
Christ.
epic pulls. Oh my
Yeah,
god!
I got insanely like lucky, and I bought one of those epics on the aftermarket too because it was selling for like it was a lot of wax. But
You bought a legendary.
yeah, a legendary. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
a
3D
20
figure. That thing cranks out like
it's like
78k an hour or something.
78,000 an hour on its own. Yeah, and I bought that for I think 20,000 wax.
Oh sweet, yeah. There's the Seventh Seal website.
I'm gonna close the form to enter our grub thing pretty soon. If you'd like to try to win a uncommon racer.
Max, guess what I'm doing this afternoon here after stream? Practicing
for,
ping pong.
Yeah, I got there.
Sammy, you probably are not cued in. We had a big bet. What was it, 5 million Aether on a ping pong game between Max and
Yeah.
Mark? And now they're gonna do a rematch.
when it was worth a lot more too.
Yeah, that was
so.
when it was worth.
Well,
It's a
so
good
now
point.
we're doubling down. We're putting 10 million on this next one, although
10
the
million.
price is a little bit different,
Winner-
but still.
Winner gets 20 million.
Oh man, I'm going hard. I'm gonna practice a lot when you come back up to Seattle here.
I'm not gonna practice because I'm not good at ping pong.
Oh my god, it's just ridiculous. The Deutschlander is so cocky.
Deutschlander, there can be only one. Yeah, so okay, the 7th, I like this a lot. This is cool.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. We were playing at that
There's
Green
that
Rabbit
ping
party, and
pong.
we were like the only. There's like a ping pong table upstairs of where the party was, and we're just like screaming and yelling about points up there, and everyone's just like mingling about like, what the hell is happening? We just completely ignored this party and just doubled down on ping pong.
People are enjoying in and out and chatting and
Yeah, and then next
Max
thing you
and
know,
Mark
there's like
were
a
going
huge
wild.
crowd watching us. Like, what the hell is with this guy?
We had been looking for a ping pong table.
true. We were
For
looking
like
for
a
one for like
week,
a full
like a
week.
Oh my
It
god!
was just all the places that usually have ping pong tables had converted that part of their like real estate into like outdoor seating because of the lockdown requirements out here. So it's literally like impossible to find a ping pong table till we got to the Green Rabbit launch.
Yeah,
party.
last day before I was gonna
Weird place
leave,
to
we've been
find it.
trashing about ping pong, and I was just about to leave that next morning that we found a ping pong table.
All right, we have the I have the names loaded. We're gonna go in 1 sec for.
I mean, I was
grubs.
watching table tennis in the Olympics, and it's definitely some higher level of play.
Have you picked up any tips?
I'm gonna work on my forehand smash. That's I'm really gonna try and get that top spin on my forehand smash here. Push
Oh,
the
here we go.
backhand. I also need like a backhanded top spin. That's what I'm gonna practice that too.
Oh, look, the grubs are getting
Ooh.
sawed up. Dang. I see that this game also has like an NFT launch coming up. This. What is this one
Oh
called?
yeah, I have all the stickers for Craft.
Yeah, I'm excited for this too. I don't really understand how the NFTs influence this portion of the game, but
No, this is just for promotion.
Yeah, I
He
think it's
said
just
that-
for fun.
He
Okay.
said this. He made this after watching my stream and the duck race and stuff. He wanted to do something. Stream
What is?
games.
I haven't seen the duck race. I'm gonna have to check that out.
that is
The duck race is it's funny the first once or twice, but it's nothing happens until the last like 5 seconds. It is very funny though, but
Okay.
like,
We'll have to try that.
Yeah, we'll have to
That'd be
mix
fun.
it up. We've been trying to branch out in our giveaways, you know.
We started
I
doing
think the-
marbles, but that gets
the
boring
marble-
too.
I'm not a big fan of the marble. I like the grubfish. I like, but the thing is I like to commentate. I like to commentate on the and
On
give
the
them
duck race?
backstories and stuff. And we,
Oh, he's
Oh, he
made it.
survived.
Oh,
Wow.
oh, he's making it. Oh, wow.
What a
That's good.
flex.
Congrats to
Yeah,
our winner,
That deserves a
ZGDSS.
uncommon car. That's fucking awesome.
Okay, so I'm sending that uncommon card.
God damn. I'm jealous. I gotta pick up some of these cars still. Uncommon. was
I
mentioned
know
a
Max and
couple
I are gonna
times,
FOMO
I
in
think.
real hard, so aftermarket get ready.
I know.
Do you have
Summon.
the wallet mark, or do you need me to write it down?
No, I have it.
Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing this. Should we tease? We're gonna do a new blend tomorrow. Do you guys want to tease that on stream today, or
Ooh, I don't have the.
Well, you kind of just did.
I
Right?
have it? Well, I didn't
Okay,
show what
then,
it
yeah.
is. I was gonna show what it is.
I
on
see what you're
stream.
saying. Yeah,
Yeah, I have it. I guess
Sure.
that's like we're cool. with
yeah.
that.
Let's tease it.
Yeah,
We're. I
yeah.
think. Are we gonna have the Our Planet dudes
Yeah,
tomorrow?
we're gonna. I'm not sure if Luffy will be on, but Absolute from Our Planet will be on, and I'm gonna hit him up today and be like, I know they were trying to craft hops, and I'm
today.
guessing they're not successful, so maybe we'll
If
try to
it
pre-craft
fails,
tonight.
then maybe we'll try to craft it.
Yeah, we'll try to pre-craft tonight and like strategize with him so we can start doing some guesses for inventions with them tomorrow, hopefully. But we also have like a not exactly Our Planet themed, but kind of blend that we're releasing tomorrow, and I would like to show that off. Also, thanks for joining us, everybody. I think we're kind of winding down on our stream here, and thanks so much for coming, Sammy. Learned a ton. Yeah, this will be the
Yeah,
blend
it was
we release
blast.
tomorrow.
well, that looks sick.
Welcome to Kraken City. You about to
Minute.
catch these hands?
Hot damn. I think we'll figure out what the blend ingredients are tomorrow then.
Yeah, we'll announce those tomorrow. I don't want to announce them until the blend's ready, but
It's
you'll be
definitely-
able to.
It's dim level rarities for sure, just like the
Yeah,
last blend.
You'll be able to combine 2 dims for 1 lit. This is the lit rarity, and dim is our common. Lit is uncommon. Yeah, have a good day, everybody. Thanks for joining us, Sammy, and we'll be on tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Pleasure to meet you guys. Thanks for having me on.